Hello everyone, my name is Akshay. Today our topic is introduction of input device. An input device is a piece of hardware used to provide data to computer used for instructions and control. It allows input of raw data to the computer for processing. Input device converts input data and instructions into binary from which can be accepted by computer. Pointing device. A pointing device is a hardware input device that allows the user to control the movement of the pointer or cursor on the screen. It can also be used for to sending command signals to the computer, indicates the point where text may be entered, selecting items on the screen, selecting commands from commands menu, drawing graphs, etc. Following are commonly used pointing device. A mouse. A computer mouse is a handheld hardware pointing input device that controls a cursor in a GUI graphical user interface and can move and select text icon, files and folders on your computer. It allows also user to select one or more actions to take from that position. Two types of mouse are widely used. Mechanical mouse. A mechanical mouse is a comparison of a metal or rubber ball in its underside. When you move a mechanical mouse, the ball rolls beneath it, pushing the two plastic wheels rollers linked to it in the process. One of these wheels detects side to side movement x axis wheel and the other y axis wheel detects movement in the up and down directions. Moving the mouse causes the ball to roll and sensor inside the mouse detect the movement of the ball and consequently send signals to the cursor on the screen. The mechanical mouse has largely been replaced by the optical mouse. Second, optical mouse. An optical mouse works in a completely different way. It shines a bright light down onto your desk from an LED light emitting diode mounted on the bottom of the mouse. The light bounces strength back up of the desk into a protocol. Protocol cell also mounted under the mouse a short distance from the LED. The protocol has a lens in front of it that magnifies the reflected light so the mouse can respond more precisely to your hand movements. As you push the mouse around your desk, the pattern of reflected light changes and the chip inside the mouse use this to figure out how you how you be moving your hand. Second, trackball. Trackball is also a pointing device and contains a ball which can rotate in any directions. The user spins the ball in different directions to move the cursor on the screen. The associated electronic circuits detects the directions and speed of the spin. The information is sent to processor. It is used on a laptop computer where there is no space for conventional mouse. Joystick. A joystick is a joystick is used to move the cursor on the screen. Its functions is similarly to that of a mouse. A joystick is a stick which has spherical ball at its lower end as well as upper end. The lower spherical balls move in a socket. The joystick can be moved right or left, forward or backward. The electronic circuit inside the joystick defects and measures the placements of the joystick from its central positions the information sent to the processor. Buttons moved on the stick or elsewhere on the joystick can be pressed to execute commands. Joystick is used in games. Fourth, touchscreen. Touchscreen technology is the direct manipulations type of gesture-based technology. Direct manipulations is the ability to manipulate the digital world inside a screen. A touchscreen is an electronic visual display capable of detecting and locating a touch over its display area. This technology most widely used in computers, user interface, machines, smartphone, tables, etc. to replace most functions of the mouse and keyboard. Components and working of touchscreen. A basic touch screen is having a touch sensor, a controller, and a software driver as three main components. The touch screen is needed to be combined with a display and a PC to make a touch screen system. Touch sensor. The sensor generally has an electronic current or signal going through it and touching the screen causes a change in the signal. The change is used to determine the locations of the touch on the screen. Controller. A controller will be connected between the touch sensor and PC. It takes information from the sensor and translates it from the understanding of PC. The controller determines what type of connections is needed. Software driver. It allows computers and touch screens to work together. It tells OS how to interact with the touch event information that is sent from the controller. 5. Light pen. Light pen is a pointing device which is used to select a displayed menu item or draw pictures on the monitor screens. It consists of a protocol and an optical system placed in a small tube. When its tip is moved over the monitor screens and pen button is pressed, is protocol sensing element detects the screen locations and sends the corresponding signals to the CPU. The light pen works. The light pen works by detecting the change in brightness of nearby pixels, which indicates that the CRT's electron burn is scanning in that area. It then sends the timing of this event of the computer, which then compares these informations to the timestamp of the last scan by the electron beam, allowing allowing the computer to infer the PC's locations of the pen. Now, keyword. Keyword is an input device to enter characters and functions into the computer system by pressing buttons or keys. It is the primary device used to enter text. A keyboard typically contains keys for individual letters, numbers, and special characters, as well as keys for specific functions. A keyboard is connected to a computer system using cable or a wireless connections. Working of keyboard. When you press a key, a tiny chip called the keyboard controller notes that a key has been pressed. The keyboard controller places a code into parts of its memory keyboard buffer to indicate which key was pressed. The keyboard control places code into parts of memory keyboard buffer to indicate which keyword was pressed. A buffer is a temporary storage area that holds data until it can be processed. The keyboard controller then sends a signal to computer system software notifying it that something has happened at keyboard. When system software receives the signals, it determines appropriate response. When a keystroke has been occupied, the system reads the memory location in the keyboard buffer that contains the code of key that was pressed. The system software then passes the code to CPU. RFID concepts and application in FASTech. RFID belongs to a group of technologies referred to as automatic identifications and data capture AIDC. AIDC methods automatically identify object collections data about them and enter those data directly into computer system with little or no human interventions. RFID methods utilize radio waves to accomplish this. At a simple level, RFID system consists of three components: an RFID tag or smart label, an RFID reader, and an antenna. RFID tags contains an integrated circuit and an antenna which are used to transmit data to the RFID reader, also called an interrogator. The reader then converts the radio waves to a more usable form of data. Information collections from the text is then transferred through a communications interface to a host computer system where the data can be stored in a database and analysis at a later time.